Hey everybody, I'm Lauren Kalil and we are back here at another regional event, this time in Maxton, North Carolina. We are taking a look at stage one, all right, for the women's elite heat. I'll turn the camera around.
Athletes thumbs up, judges.
As they get going. Judges ready, athletes ready. Once they get started, we'll introduce them and then we'll go over what is on tab for this stage. We got Ro here getting content. How hot is it?
Not too bad just yet.
Not too bad just yet. I think he's lying. It's pretty sweaty.
All right, guys. Everybody's ready? Going in 3, 2, 1, go!
And women's elite, their first stage of the day. Today they will be completing 4 stages for a total of 7 this weekend. In lane number 1, Kristen Pollard. Oops. She is a 4-time regional podium athlete. Right here next to us in lane 2, Kalarina Woodard, formerly Kalarina Key. This is her first regional event since giving birth to her son, Rem. She's been on the podium 3 times back in 2022. And we'll move up with the ladies as they go to the firing line to introduce our next 3 athletes. For the women's elite division, there are a total of 6. Katie Batiste, she was in the previous heat with the men. So we introduced 1 and 2 here in lane 3. Brittany Underwood. She has finished on the podium in 2023 at a regional event, finishing 2nd. Right next to her to the right, Janita Cawson. She is the 2023 national champ. And then in our 5th lane, Sarah Harrison. This is her first regional event of this season. Let's talk about what stage number 1 is. So we'll kind of start in reverse. Right now, they are at the firing line for their firing sequence. They start with the rifle, and they will have 10 shots through the barricade. We'll take a look a little bit closer. So they have to have their handguard on that PVC. We'll take a look as they come back after this round. 10 shots there, and then 10 with their pistol. They'll have to do one of these bottom squares alternating each round. Then make their way back at the beginning.
Out through the white flags, take a right.
Through the barricades, but they got to stay in their lane. Around the flags as their RO just instructed. And we'll start at the top. This is now our halfway point through the season before they go to nationals. Janae, she has already punched her ticket to nationals, so this is just another competition to get data, learn about herself, get more practice in. Right now it's Brittany, who has just a bit of a lead. And let's go over what they are doing. So this is going to be 4 total rounds. The sandbags that they have is 60 pounds in one hand, 40 in the other hand rather. Once they grab those sandbags, they first went under the parallel. Now they will go over the box. Brittany's smart strategy, she just set the bags on the box to get both feet over and then picked them up. Then this second parallel here, sandbags through, go right under, and then continue her way around the barricades until she finds her lane back at the firing line for round number 2. Total of 4 rounds here. 15-minute time cap. So far, some of the men's elite have taken on this stage. A couple athletes getting time capped. Brittany the first to the firing line for her second sequence here. Starting with the rifle. And if you look closely, you can see her hand guard is making contact with that PVC. If you've never done this before, it takes an extraordinary amount of stability as the PVC wants to move, making it more complicated to stabilize. We also have Danae DeCossin at the firing line. And Sarah Harrison has also joined them. RO just said we're 5 minutes in, 15-minute time cap here. Brittany advancing to her pistol. So 10 shots through the wooden box. Different strategies when it comes to how these women are laying or stabilizing themselves. It's athlete's choice, so they can do whatever she wants. She is clear. We'll grab her sandbags and then make her way back to the start-finish line. As they make their way back, they do not need to go under the parallettes. They will just go over them, and same with the box. Everything is just up and over. Get to the start line as quickly as possible. So Brittany, she finished first on the podium, or one time on the podium back in 2023, and that was a second place finish at one of the regional events. And she did finish just ahead of Kristen Pollard, who is also in her division this weekend. So it will be interesting to see what kind of head-to-head battle we have as we progress through the 7 total stages of the weekend. And you'll notice that the first thing Brittany did was she grabbed her magazines. In other heats, we did have a couple athletes that forgot their magazines, got all the way to the firing line, and then they have to come all the way back, costing them time. Different strategy now. Before you saw that she had each sandbag in a hand. Now she's got one up and over the shoulder. Potentially a strategy to save her grip. Oh, and she's just gonna hang on to it like a boss. Grabs the other one. And you can also see that Kristen is using that same strategy, one over her shoulder, one in her hand. I'd imagine the 60-pound bag, I believe, is the one that's over the shoulder, and now Brittany has moved to both on either hand.
7.5 minutes. We're halfway.
We're halfway, and Brittany has already finished nearly 3 rounds. This will be her 3rd time at the firing line, so just one more round after this, with about half of the time left on the clock. With her current splits, she should be good to lock in a time under that 15-minute time cap. Brittany sitting in that frog position. Looks comfortable for her. If you are new to Tactical Games, welcome. Thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel. Keep in mind that it's not always the fastest athlete that will do the best in the event, because the shots that they are firing now need to be tallied in. And every miss or one that doesn't hit within the target is a 10-second penalty. So it's something that we check in with after they are complete. Brittany making her way back. She will now go and begin her fourth and final round. Janae moving to her pistol before she can make her way to her fourth and final round. And Sarah also finishing up round number 3 here. So before we saw Brittany in the frog position, Sarah is choosing to have one leg up and the other she'll sit on her heel. Yep. Athlete's choice, Janae grabbing her sandbags. 60-pound over the shoulder. And 40 in the hand.
Job, Janae.
Right at 10 minutes. All the way through. 5 minutes remaining.
Just 5 minutes left before the cap. And here we'll check in with Kalarina. Again, she gave birth just about 3 months ago to her son Rem. Rem is here this weekend, and her husband Jimmy, he's also competing in the elite men's division. So they're gonna tag team. They're gonna tag team parent duty. But she has been a competitor for the last several years. Formerly a CrossFit semifinal and regional athlete, strong fitness background, strong shooting background as well. She makes her way, and then we will turn our attention back to our current leader right now, Brittany. This is her second regional event of the season. We saw her earlier in Holt, Florida. One of our first events of the season. So with less than 5 minutes on the clock, this will be her fourth and final round. All she has left, 10 shots with her rifle, 10 shots with her pistol. And then back to the start. Both ladies in that frog position we talked about earlier. Both almost at the same time finishing their rifle. Now they move to their pistol. So the white target, that is what they will be shooting at now. If you have good eyes and can see on your screen, the far one, that is where they were aiming for the rifle. And Brittany's done. She's clear. But before the time on the clock can stop, she has to make her way with both sandbags back to the start/finish line. 2 minutes left. That'll be enough to get her in under the time cap. But if she hasn't checked Katie's time from the previous stage, that's something that is a factor. And also keeping in mind the misses and how those factor in to her total time. Here we go, picking up the pace just a little bit. Both up and over. And that's time. What do we have for an unofficial time?
13:34.
13:34. Okay, well, let me get the microphone and we'll catch up. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna have you can just hold on to that.
Okay.
You said your pistol shots were not good today?
No, I struggle keeping up against that block. I just don't gotta practice more of that.
So you think that the pistol was actually more difficult than shooting the rifle on the
100%.
PVC?
Yeah.
What specifically is it about that?
Because when you have the gun up against that bottom box, every time you shoot, it shoots back at you. So I was trying to get the perfect stage where the recoil wouldn't either hit me in the face or it's just gonna take practice. But I felt good about my rifle shots. So.
Overall, when you are out here, it's hot, it
Yes.
is sweaty. The first thing that comes to my mind is, do you have heat training? Do you sit in the sauna for a while? How do you acclimate to actually training in something like
I
this?
live in the low country where the humidity is 1,000 degrees and it's 95 every day. So if we were in hills, it'd be a different story. But here, this is my element for sure.
How does this feel so far compared to Florida earlier this season?
I feel better than I did in Florida. Every time I go to a games, I take something away, a lot actually. The other competitors help. And I just started to try to train on my weaknesses. I go to the range more often, all those things. Florida was an awesome event, but this one, it's only event one, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Any stage that you're looking most forward to?
I can tell you I'm not looking forward to the run. But the rope climbs sound fun, and the one with the sled in it I read about, that one sounds fun. So I'm excited. Inman, that 200 pounds.
You didn't get the opportunity to try that at Nationals, so now...
But I did it last year in Georgia.
Oh, are you having deja vu?
I am, big time. I was like, of course they'd put that event here, but I'm excited to give it another go. It'll be fun.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Of course. We'll continue to check in. Well, oh, no, I think we have the time cap, but we'll check in with Kalarina. That's okay, you can keep walking your sandbag.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this microphone.
Okay. Can you hold it?
How we feeling, Mama?
I'm like a mom. I feel tired.
First one back, but I mean, most of us follow you on Instagram. We saw that you were itching to get back to training. So how does it feel just to be out here?
It feels good. I knew I needed to do one sooner rather than later, rather than wait till I felt ready, because I knew I wouldn't feel ready. My baby's almost 3 months, so I get training in whenever I can, but it's definitely don't feel ready after doing that, but it was fun.
But what is it about that, just doing something that you might not feel ready for, but you just got to get your feet into it?
Yeah, I feel like I've always been like that. Like my first tattoo games ever was like, let me just get a bunch of stuff on Amazon and just show up. I feel like that just like is the hard way to knock the dust off. So it's kind of always been the case. Plus I can get myself beat up this weekend, go home, be like, all right, training has to be serious. Let's do more than just shooting, and make myself get ready for the next one.
And how many more are you going to do this season?
I would like to, I'm going to do Utah.
Okay.
And playing in South Carolina, and then see if we can qualify nationals, do that as well. So hopefully by then the baby will be big enough so I'm not holding him constantly, and I'll get some more training in.
Okay, well, we'll certainly check in with you, Jimmy, and Remington later today. Congratulations on the first one back.
Thank you. Thanks.
Ooh.
All right, that is stage one. All right. Athletes looking good out here. 4 total stages today, 7 on the weekend. We are going to be checking in with different divisions. I think we will have elite men next throughout the day and throughout the weekend. If you haven't yet liked, subscribed, and shared the YouTube channel, get the word out. Let people know that we are covering tactical games and we're showing you why you should have FOMO and get involved. And we'll see you guys on the next video.